The Bravest You 5 Steps to Fight Your Biggest Fears, Find Your Passion, and Unlock Your Extraordinary Life by Kirk. You may find that certain things frighten you, but you can defeat fear. The secret weapon is passion, which leads to courage. Entrepreneur Kirk promises that becoming passionate about the welfare of others can impel you to act with courage. He suggests a 5-phase method for overcoming your 10 biggest fears. Smith teaches that a sense of courage built around a passionate mission can help you abandon your preoccupation with distractions or anxieties. Once you find what you need to do, your life will be more meaningful and your fears will fade. Takeaways. Overcome negativity and you can overcome fear. Follow a 5-phase process to overcome your 10 worst fears. The 5 phases are complacency, inspiration, fear, passion, and bravery. People are most often subject to 10 common fears. To fight your fear of inadequacy, think about your skills. You can overcome the fear of uncertainty by looking at things differently. Dispel the fear of failure by evaluating objectively what you can control. Don't let the fear of rejection stop you from appreciating what you've already achieved. The fear of missing out can prevent you from building lasting relationships. Develop gratitude to overcome the fear of change. Conquer the fear of losing control by accepting responsibility for your life. Don't let the fear of being judged stop you from acting. Become resilient to allay the fear of something bad happening. Overcome the fear of getting hurt by being passionate. Summary. Overcome negativity and you can overcome fear. If you've lived with fear, you can overcome it. The first step is gaining the upper hand over negativity. Fear prevents you from reaching out to others. If you think only of yourself, you may see your shortcomings as major obstacles. But when you become passionate about the welfare of other people, you will be able to see past your obstacles and act courageously on someone else's behalf. Passion is the driving force behind courage. When we turn away from negativity, the difference in our outlook shows up in our words, in our thoughts, and in the actions we live out each day. People who have a significant impact on others have discovered their passions and drawn energy from them. They demonstrate that you can do the same. Consider the significance and impact that your actions might have for someone else. You probably know you could make a difference, and you should follow that call. Once you do, you'll find that fear has a much weaker hold on you. Follow a 5-phase process to overcome your 10 worst fears. A 5-phase method built on finding and fulfilling a passion for service to others can help you overcome your 10 most significant fears. Finding what you need to do will infuse your life with meaning and help you overcome fear, negativity, and futility. The 5 phases are complacency, inspiration, fear, passion, and bravery. During the complacency or playing it safe stage, you strive for safety. You sabotage yourself by finding reasons why you shouldn't forge ahead. If you have a tendency to rest on your laurels, ask how important it is to lead a better, more remarkable life. And ask what the consequences are of not striving to excel. How you respond to these questions will give you the rationale to move from passivity to courage. Many times we know what is best for us, even in the midst of fear, yet we do something else. This is called lack of self-discipline. During the inspiration or ideas stage, you begin to live the life you always wanted as you investigate thoughts you have kept bundled inside. Your ideas for the future could lack definition, or they may seem so ambitious you fear they are impossible. Bringing those ideas to light can give you the freedom to think about beneficial change. Stop dreaming up false fears beforehand, and instead begin being more realistic. Fighting your fears requires you to be realistically proactive, not reactive. Fear can make any situation seem formidable. You may not want to explore your fear. Retreating when you become apprehensive is more comfortable. Fear can be the largest obstacle you face. This is the I can't do it stage. Explore why you wish to act, and what holds you back. Identify what drives you to take a certain course. Knowing the source of your hopes for progress and action can help you confront issues that terrify you. One of the biggest problems in this world is that people don't follow through on their original intentions with action. You may think that people use the word passion indiscriminately. However, courage and passion are strongly connected. Feeling passionate energizes you. It can give you the capacity to strive even when surrender seems sensible. Passion gives you the power to fight despite any obstacles. This is the I can do it stage. Make people your passion, and find the reason behind the reason to do everything you do. This is the secret in finding passion and fighting your fears. Sometimes, you can see far ahead and understand the events that are unfolding in your life. You perceive when things are going well and when you'll need more courage to deal with oncoming challenges. Other situations are more surprising, and can make you want to retreat to regain your equilibrium. When you face these predicaments, the lessons you learned about how to build up your courage can give you the impetus to move forward bravely. You've reached the end goal. People are most often subject to 10 common fears. Often, striving to act fearless is futile. Passion is your best weapon for combating fear. If you successfully confront a fear, you have won a battle. To fight your fear of inadequacy, think about your skills. You can overcome the fear of uncertainty by looking at things differently. If you feel inadequate, you may need someone to empathize with you. Accept that you feel inadequate. Then, try to comprehend why. Write down the instances when you worry that you won't have the capacity to combat this concern. For instance, if you want to do something for which you lack the requisite skills, don't retreat. Instead, enumerate the skills you do have. Consider how they apply to this goal, and list the other capabilities you need to develop to work through your anxiety. When you understand your goals and gain insight into what they mean, your barriers will diminish. Both Kodak and Polaroid started out well, even bravely, you might say. But over time, they failed to adapt to the changing marketplace. Kodak and Polaroid operated well until they failed to adapt their strategies to significant market changes. Young people knew how to use smartphones, but not how to use cameras with film in them. So a group of 13 people decided to set up a social media photo sharing app, Instagram. When Instagram began operating, it made little money. Yet it had immense potential. People began to use it to showcase their photographs, and Facebook bought it in April 2012 for $1 billion. Define what success is to you, focus on your work and fight for success. We all need that from you. If you don't want to end up like Kodak or Polaroid, change the way you look at things. Consider what most concerns your friends, family, and customers. Think about yourself as a project manager, try to identify the scope of what you seek to achieve and what you have to do to get there. Think about all the possibilities before you, and the assumptions you have made. Study people who do well at what they do. What do you need to learn to emulate them? Dispel the fear of failure by evaluating objectively what you can control. Don't let the fear of rejection stop you from appreciating what you've already achieved. Events won't always follow the patterns that you hope for or anticipate. Actions you take in unexpected situations can define you. Acknowledging which aspects of a situation you can and can't control will help you avoid brooding about things beyond your reach. The next time you confront a challenge, evaluate objectively how much impact you can have. Life is a journey, and we can't have the end result without first enduring the beginning and the middle. Listen to voices warning of possible negative outcomes before you make a decision. Think ahead, but realize that when you conceive of things that could go wrong, your worries may highlight your fears. Something going off track can actually present you with an opportunity to challenge conventional wisdom. James Dyson, who founded the Dyson Company, lives by this approach. He created 5,127 versions of his vacuum cleaner over the course of 15 years before he felt he had it right. Many times our fear of rejection comes from thinking that life is all or nothing. Author J.K. Rowling was working on her first book when her mother died. She had a baby and divorced her husband. She struggled with depression. 12 publishers rejected her manuscript. She felt disheartened. She didn't yet know that an editor at Bloomsbury liked her book and had become her booster. Rowling understood what facing rejection meant, yet she continued to press ahead. Today people all over the world read her Harry Potter books. Her passion for her story fueled her perseverance. When you use your purpose as a filter, you allow it to control every word you speak and every action you take. It's that powerful. Convincing yourself that you must finish something in its entirety or face failure is a frame of mind that encourages fear. Such a belief has no foundation. You must learn the value of what you have already achieved or acquired before you strive for more. Your fears may stem from not realizing the significance of what you've accomplished up until now. Use that experience to deal with the future. The fear of missing out can prevent you from building lasting relationships. Develop gratitude to overcome the fear of change. If you constantly want to be somewhere else, you could fear missing out. Understand that you can't cover every eventuality at once. Such a fear can prevent you from building enduring links with other people and getting the most out of being where you are. To combat this fear, try to work at a more measured pace and spend time considering the needs of the other people you see every day. Only when you are comfortable with yourself can you be comfortable with the world around you. Social media can keep you in touch with people in other places, but it can prove detrimental if you use it to excess. You may find it difficult to build relationships online with contacts you never meet in person. Avoid the pitfall of paying more attention to people anywhere else in the world than you pay to those around you. To fight the world's attempts to distract you, use minimalism in every aspect of your life. Choreographer Twyla Tharp once suggested that divine forces give too much to those they want to defeat. Giving yourself too many choices opens the door to fear. Use minimalism to narrow your focus to what you can do, to concentrate your attention and to discover your courage. Being proactive leaves less room for error, making you more confident and asking better questions in the end. To find new experiences, appreciate what the past has given you and try to feel contentment about whatever you'll experience in the future. If you get too preoccupied with the future, you could fall into being obsessed about clinging to how things are in the present and protecting yourself and your interests. To feel appreciative, let go of feelings of being entitled or privileged. They sap your energy because entitlement lacks gratitude. If you're able to identify a lot of people who you influenced with your life over the previous year, then that's an indication of living out bravery. To heal the disease of feeling entrenched and entitled, develop gratitude. Conventional wisdom suggests that ambitious people work ceaselessly to achieve what they want. And once they discover their courage, they move to the next goal and start over again. The problem with this approach is that other people's interest in what an ambitious person wants to do can dwindle in the face of fear and selfishness. Apprehension about change comes from failing to feel satisfied and grateful for life as it is. Start with appreciating where you've come so far. Conquer the fear of losing control by accepting responsibility for your life. Don't let the fear of being judged stop you from acting. You might like determining the key aspects of your life by yourself, but in certain instances you may not have much control. You can only control what you do. The most significant juncture in your life comes when you accept responsibility for what has happened to you. Decide not to make excuses or hold other people responsible for your life. If someone challenges your sense of control or your sense of self, consider the situation. Keep in mind that usually you choose how much authority you give others. Most people let others control them because they don't want to fight. They capitulate to avoid arguments. Feeling anxious about disagreement is the wrong approach for your peace of mind. Disagreements can help clarify ideas. To have constructive disagreements, you must approach others directly. Team members must begin fighting for what they believe to become better in the end. Do you assist and enrich the lives of others, or are you busy trying to impress them? Most people feel anxious before they decide to pursue a passion because they worry that their words and actions will embarrass them. If you belong to a supportive community, you don't need to feel afraid because the other people in your community will stand with you. Wherever you live, encourage the creation of a community and have faith in it. Feel proud of your story and your quest because they make you special. Let others share your pride. Never accept the falsehood that you need to consider what others think before you act. Be aware of how you state your ideas and opinions. Listen to others. Researchers found that only 12% of workers feel that their superiors listen to them. That must change. You can't begin to make things better until you pay heed to what people are saying, what matters to them, and what is happening around you. Become resilient to allay the fear of something bad happening. Overcome the fear of getting hurt by being passionate. You inevitably will face difficult times. The difference between those with the will to press ahead and those without that courage is that resilient people see something bright in the darkest times. People often stay clear of forming relationships because they fear getting hurt. Treat your life as a book and the hard times you face as only one chapter in it. If you feel hurt, put it in context. Life does have consequences. Love does involve pain. Feeling hurt can remind you to use your time effectively and spend it with the right people. Only love and passion can overcome fear.